Okay, everybody, what's going on? Welcome to week 3 of the pitiful Chicago Bears. But I'm not really going to get into too much discussing the terrible Chicago Bears like I normally do, because by now it's just like, the same old. And I know that you guys, can agree that we probably will be saying the same stuff after every game. I mean, I was saying this same stuff in preseason about that it wasn't just going to be no turn-on switch and they was going to change. So I'm not going to get into how the Bears got drove up and down the field again. I'm not going to get into how Fox deferred again after I told him in preseason, your defense is not good enough to be deferring. But he did it again, and what did he allow to happen? Cowboys come right down, have a long drive, come right down and score on the defense. This is the thing. The stuff that I want to talk about, and this is going to be a short video because I almost didn't even do it. I was just going to skip this week. But this is the thing. This team is not being coached right on either side of the ball. And a lot of people want to talk about Logan's, Dale Logan's, who was pitiful or whatever. But I'm going to turn this attention to Fangio, too, because everybody's saying his praises because what he did with the 49ers and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. But this guy is not doing the job either. The blitzes he calling is not getting home. And even when the starters was in there, so I'm not even going to give injuries, any praise. Injuries has nothing to do with it. Every team has injuries. This team is being coached wrong. These young players are not being developed and taught right, because this is the problem. We getting beat by rookies week after week after week. And if everybody else, rookies and young players, are being developed and playing, why aren't ours? Something is very wrong here, and I feel so sorry for Virginia McCaskey, who had to sit through the Trestman area and all of that bad stuff. And yet again, there she was in the press box last night, watching so closely, almost 94 years old, and had to watch that. I'm going to be honest, and this is just the truth, and I'm embarrassed to say it. I almost cried last night during the second quarter watching this game. I almost cried. That's how bad this team played. Now, in the second half, they did do some stuff, but they was forced to do that. This is how bad the team is, and they got good players. That's why the coaching staff has to go. I think that the Bears offense needs to start every game in a hurry-up offense, in a 2-minute huddle offense, because that's when we see something. That's when we see an identity, which they don't have right now. A couple of things that did stand out that I want to take away from this game. I'm not saying that Hoyer is better than Cutler. What I'm saying is I want to see another week of Hoyer quarterbacking. I want to see him play at Soldier Field, and I want to see him get consecutive weeks to see what he can do. I didn't see too many passes, if one, that was in harm's way. He had the one fumble at the end, but of course he trying to do so much. I didn't see the pressure that Cutler was getting. He wasn't getting because he was getting the ball out. He threw for over 300 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. I didn't even get his passer rating yet, but I know it was over 100 because he was 30 for 49. Hoyer looked like he was in control of the offense. He spread the ball around, and I knew that he would get Kevin White involved more. Them two just got a better chemistry, and it's obvious that Jay and Alshon has a great chemistry. Alshon, after a while, seemed like he was pouting a bit because his favorite thrower wasn't there to get him the ball. So he was in the game, but he wasn't that involved in the game. I liked what we saw from Kevin White. I wish he would have caught that bomb. But each week he's getting better. He made a good acrobatic catch, bobbling it to himself. That's an upside. And then Jordan Howard, who I continue to talk about repeatedly, he just makes it look so easy. So please tell me, why isn't he starting? Why wasn't he the starter yesterday? You see what I'm saying? I believe we got good players and bad coaching, which means Pace is doing his job, and Fox, Logan's, and Fangio are not doing their job. It's some pieces here. And if they was coached in a better offensive and defensive scheme, I bet you this team could be much better. Now, on the other side of that, we opened up with Houston, who is a good team at home and great defense. The Eagles seems to be the sleeper team that will be in the playoffs and a good team. And look what they did to Pittsburgh versus, we hung with them a little bit on Monday Night Football. My point, The schedule that looked like it was going to be so easy really ain't that easy because there's some surprising teams. But it's just some things that I pointed out that I want to hear you guys comment on, and that is Fangio and this pathetic defense. What do you guys think about Hoyer starting for another week, if not the rest of the way? I just think it's just time for a change. And Cutler pouts a lot. I didn't see none of that from Hoyer, and I just want to see if Hoyer could get in the rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not going to talk too much because this is about changing the culture. I can say this. I don't know if I'm going to do a video every week. If the games continue to go like this, we got a week schedule, a week stretch coming up. I believe we got Detroit, and I know we got Jacksonville coming soon. And I don't know who that other game is against, but it's winnable games. If we don't come out and win two of these next 3 games, man, I might not even do these videos because it just gets to the point where